Three wins and three. Leicester moves like a madman. Varane moves so elegantly. Can't you see their chemistry? One attacks and the other one sweeps. Goodbye to them defensive leaks. Rashford don't wanna take his shot like he's practicing celibacy. Three wins and three. Leicester moves like a madman. Varane moves so elegantly. Can't you see their chemistry? One attacks and the other one sweeps. Goodbye to them defensive leaks. Rashford don't wanna take his shot like he's practicing celibacy.
Yo, this is the OT night and I'm bantering where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Today I'm joined with my boy Edwin. NK is off to IB for somewhere. I don't know, man. He's enjoying, he's loving his life.
He's on the beach somewhere.
No, I mean, he's loving his life because he got the victory. But yeah, we're going to talk about this game. It's been a bit late, but there's been a lot going on personally. But yeah, man, look, we're going to chop it up. There's a lot to talk about, but I think today, let's just focus on what we saw in our game, man. The game against Leicester, Manchester United, away from home. Our away form, especially going in from last season into this season, was shaky last season, definitely. And our home form, actually, but our away form was bad. Going into this season as well, we thought, you know, can we get victories off on the road? You know what I mean? We managed to do that in our last couple of games now for me. I know it was a tight game. I know it was a 1-0 and it doesn't settle our nerves, but I'm happy that we were able to show that grit and get through it. So, Edwin, before we progress and get into the nitty-gritty, how has it been, man? It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. It's been good, man. You know,
yeah.
we're winning. You know, the sun's still out a bit. So can't complain, but I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Like I said, that it's been a bit busy as well, man. I'd have loved to have got, you know, this out to the viewers much sooner, but like we're here now, man. Let's chop it up. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot been happening with transfers. There's a lot been happening. You know what I mean? Like with Manchester United's game against Arsenal, it's a big one as well. So hopefully we can discuss that like soon, like get those videos out as well. But we'll talk about the Leicester one for now. Chop it up. So we'll talk about sort of like Erik ten Hag. We're talking about him and his tactics, him sticking with his formation as well. Do you know what I mean? The substitutions again, the people that's been on bench, and you know what does that mean going forward? We'll chop it all up. Obviously, the window's closed. Ronaldo's still here. That's also a big topic. What that means and everything like that. But let's get into it. So look, I'll kick it off. So with Manchester United, we got a victory against Leicester, 1-0 away from home. Now, for me in that game was a bit like. It was a bit of a, like the last maybe 20, 30 minutes or so, it reminded me, you know, of our previous game against, what was it, Southampton? When we grinded at that rim, and it didn't, even though our defense is comfortable, like they're doing their own job, they're fired up, they're defending well, you know, as a unit, I didn't feel comfortable. Do you know what I mean? In the last 20, 30 minutes, because it's a Man United fan feeling that you just want us to get the point so badly that you're just nervy, biting my nails, you get me? I'm just thinking, Now, Manchester United for me is just a team they're doing whatever they need to do in defence, but attack, it's just not quite there. It's not quite functioning. Yeah. What do you think the issue is? Because for me, we've got Bruno, we've got Eriksen, two creatives, and Bruno arguably had one of his better games. Do you know what I mean? Against Leicester. Then we've got guys like Sancho, we've got Rashford. Do you know what I mean? Why is it not popping? And Alanga, why is it not popping?
I think when you look at the Man United team,
yeah,
is that the question you have to ask yourself is: would you rather us be playing well and not getting the results, or not playing well and getting the results? And I think for now, the way the managers are judged, it's best for him to get the results because he can get the team playing his style. It's still early days, but the main thing for us is that we've got our defense solid or getting solid, because we had issues in defense and even in midfield. So I think that the attack now, he's got his signings, he's got Anthony, and the good thing, the market's shut, so we don't have to worry. He can work with them, you know what I mean? And I think he's been able to work on his defense, because I don't think he's wanted to improve the defense. He's got his defenders, so he's been able to work. Now he's got his attackers. I think we're going to see probably the best of them. And hopefully when everyone's fit, because like, you know, during the pre-season when we saw Rashford, Martial and Sancho, they look dangerous all three together, you know what I mean? Fully fit, firing. But now with the depth, we've got Anthony, we've got Ronaldo that can still come in, you know what I mean? So I think I think it will improve. The 1-0 was a win for us, but we could have killed the game off much quicker. But at the end of the day, whether it was 4-0 or 5-0, it's the same amount of points I'll be on the board. You know what I mean? So
it's true. I mean, I
good
look over my
fingers-
shoulder and I see like City doing a massive, you know what I mean? Harden scoring hat tricks. You know what I mean? I'm just like, Liverpool got that 9-0 against Bournemouth. And I'm just seeing that scrape our 1-0s, and I'm just like, yes, it's true. We are getting those 3 points.
Yeah, but you got to remember as well, those managers have been there for a while, so they've already established their type of football, and they've brought players in that fit. Because look, Man City, they're all missing a striker. They've just brought in a striker. They still play the same way. They're still making the same chances. It's just that they've got a poacher now that puts away those chances. With Liverpool, they've bought a new striker.
Darwin,
Diaz was there last year. Nunes is there, but he's been banned. So you got to take on board that those managers have been there for a while, and they know their certain way. So maybe when Ten Hag starts implementing his way of football, they'll be scoring more and a bit more free flowing. But right now, is they're getting used to it. We got to remember, this is a difficult season as well. There's back-to-back games. There's games like when we had the game on Thursday, we got the game on Sunday, then we got a game on Wednesday or Thursday again, then we got Sunday, and then there's an international break. There's a lot of football. So it's a difficult season for any manager to navigate through. So look, it's 3 points, but like you said, in circumstances where Leicester had got another goal, we would have been angry because we should have really killed it off in the first half. So I think overall it was a good result because of the 3 points, but like there's always going to be room for improvement, especially like after that first half. We had so much possession, but we weren't deadly, and that's a question. And then the question arises, should Ronaldo be starting? Because when he came on, it actually looked like, okay, like there's a vocal point up front. And if he had the chances or been in that first half, he may have scored because he was like causing a bit of havoc for them. Running in behind, like even nearly setting up, what was it, Ericsson with the pass through, the overhead kick. Like he was doing little bits, just running in behind the defenders. Like, so even though he didn't score assist, he was causing trouble. And we're missing that. When you watch the team, like, because with Rashford, I don't know if that position is that striker. Like, I think he works better off the wing.
He does. Cutting in that way, isn't it? And getting a shot. You're right. So when I looked at it, right, and like even against the game against Liverpool, it's when Martial came off the bench, right? We got the 1 goal. When Martial came off the bench, equals trouble. Dropped him deep, being able to bring the wide men forward, slip through Rashford, and he got his goal, right? Rashford still had a lot to do, but he put away, he tucked it in and got the goal. Liverpool was still, even in Liverpool's poor form against us, right? They were still able to get that messy goal and still come back and brought the game up to 2-1. Now, my feeling is like Manchester United, when you're up against that opposition where there's still going to be a threat attack-wise, it's unsustainable. Being like, even with all our good defending, the best teams with the best defenders still can concede goals. I mean, even Atletico Madrid, we're not quite there yet, but even the best at doing it could still concede a goal against the better opposition. And I feel like Liverpool, if we didn't have that buffer of that extra goal that we got when Martial came on, we could have been in a position where we played a whole good game really well. Like you look at the Liverpool's recent game against, who was it they played? Is it Palace? Was it Palace? Their latest goal where they conceded that late 98th minute goal.
That was Liverpool versus Newcastle.
Was it Newcastle? Sorry. And
it was like 5 minutes stoppage time, but they gave them the extra
9. Yeah, because Newcastle was time wasting, and then that late goal from their new young boy signing, and I was just Carvalho. All of that hard work down the drain. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want us to be in that position where we're playing against the likes of Arsenal. Because let's be honest, Arsenal is in form. They're defending well, they're scoring well, and there's chances that Manchester United's giving away, even when even in our games where we're congratulating Varane and Martinez and Malacia and Dalot, where if they had better opposition on form, better tackles on form, they probably could have put that chance away. You look at the goal, that chance that there's one chance where one guy just kicked it over the bar. Do you know what I mean? Like he had an open net and he just kicked it over the bar.
Was it Barnes? Barnes had a chance.
Barnes. This is even a Leicester game actually. This is the I think this is the Southampton game. I think it might have been one of their new signings. He had a chance. He kind of kicked it, falling back, and it went over the bar. There was that game. That was that chance in that game. Liverpool had the chances here and there. Barnes, like you said, had an opportunity there. So it's difficult to keep that concentration throughout the whole 90 minutes.
But at the same time, like, what's going to be a real test is our next game versus Arsenal. We're going to really see how good we are, because Arsenal are in form. It's not like we're playing a team. They're the most informed team.
Yeah.
Top of the league right now. I know it's only 4 or 5 games in. Their attack is doing well, so it's actually going to show, and the defense is equally as good. Their defenders are doing well, so it's actually going to show us what we're going to do. And what is he going to do? Like, I think this is a game Casemiro has to start, the next one.
Yeah.
I think Casemiro and Ronaldo have to start. Like, I think it needs to be Sancho, Rashford, and Ronaldo. Like, I don't think Elanga is good for the running, but I don't know, he won't be effective in a game like this.
It's interesting because I was thinking, on the contrary, that probably our best chance to beat Arsenal, get anything from Arsenal, is if you play counter-attacking football like we did against Liverpool. And in that sense, you're going to need the pace and speed, you see. So if we do that whole sit-back and counter, because Arsenal's going to come at us.
The thing is, if you have to sit back and counter, you have to have players that are effective on their counter. Like, when have you... Elanga, Parker, he's hit the post, he had an assist, but he's a threat, yeah. But when have you seen him as a consistent threat where you're like, damn, he's going to get a goal? Like,
yeah. See, the thing about Elanga, yeah, that's the thing. I don't feel like he's a guy that can dribble past a man or two, take them on. I feel like he's the guy that you slip a pass through, like a Bruno Fernandes slipping a ball, Eriksen slipping a ball. He's running into open field, and it's literally just he's like a Dan James in a way. Like, he's just, and then
there's no end result, man. Like,
I know.
Like, and the thing is that what the thing is, we need to be ruthless in all we do. Like, you see Man City, when they get slipped through, boom. Liverpool, boom. It's effectiveness. Like, okay, you've got fast players, but what are they doing? You know
exactly,
what I mean?
and this is where Anthony comes into it, because Sancho is okay, but he's not blistering. He's not got the blistering speed. Rashford has got that blistering, that extra bit of speed, which is why he's getting a lot of games. He's fit now. He's clearly worked on his fitness because he'll be running late in the game. So I feel with Anthony, where you've got that trickery and that speed, hopefully he can finish on he can build on his end product as well, because it's not obviously the greatest, but it's okay. But where you've got that speed now, he can definitely come in and replace Elanga. I just feel like in the Arsenal game, I don't see Anthony starting or playing the full 90 minutes. I'd love to, but I see him having a cameo like how Casemiro had, where he maybe plays for like 20, 30 minutes, depending on what the game's looking like, what the scoreline is, how our wide men are performing. But yeah, I mean, hopefully we get to see a cameo. But what I wanted to show you, Edwin, is like just some of the tactical sort of formations that Wilson playing, and a bit of how we were moving in that game against Leicester. So let me show you now this. Now this is what obviously an image that I found just doing a quick research of it on the net. Well, you can see Manchester United. You know, obviously we set out in a 4-2-3-1 formation, and this is early on in the game, as you can see, 5 minutes in. What Manchester United typically do in these games, and I feel like we're not necessarily getting the best out of our fullbacks. So as you can see here, right, what we typically do, right, is you got Varane is out of the picture, and Martin is out of the picture. I think this person is Eriksen.
That's Eriksen, because that's McTominay's number 39.
And then you've got McTominay. So what I noticed in this is obviously we start with a 4-2-3-1, but then when we play, we're probably like 4-1, 4-1, or whatever it is, 4-1. We push like 5 guys. It's like 5 guys up there, 5 guys back there at all times. You know what I mean? When we're attacking or when we're pressing, but we always start off with a base formation, the 4-2-3-1. I think it's to incorporate Bruno and Eriksen in the same team. But what you can see is like we kind of flood the attacking areas, which we're not used to seeing in previous games. We flood it in a sense where if there's any, and we're doing a high press, as you can see, Scott McTominay is quickly trying to close down what it looks like Tielemans and get that ball. And then we're able, if he wins that ball, what you're seeing is Rashford's there getting ready to run. You know what I mean? He's got his positioned, you know what I mean? He's positioned like he's ready to run. Bruno Fernandes always in a position where they're gonna go on that attack. So Rashford's here, that must be Elanga. And then, you know what I mean? And it helps with our transitions. Play her up the pitch, press. It takes a lot of the pressure from our goalkeeper. You remember how many games now we've been saying, David De Gea got us through that game. What a man of the match performance for David De Gea. Now you've got a high press. Now you've got good defenders. it's taking that pressure away from David De Gea, and he's becoming just like a normal goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? No big issues. But what I did notice is Scott McTominay, man, look at him there. Look where Eriksen is there. Look where Eriksen is. Eriksen is playing deeper than McTominay, and I noticed that in a lot of the game that McTominay will be the one going forward and doing the pressing, and Eriksen will
he's got the energy too, isn't it?
He's got the energy, but funny enough, it was Eriksen that done most of the running, like in our last game against Leicester. But you can see that in the formation is how we like to push guys up, and then also Eriksen as well. Instead of him doing a lot of the overlapping, even though I did notice him doing a few overlapping runs against Leicester, what I did notice is that even in pre-season, Malacia is clearly been instructed to play an inverted left back. So what he does is he adds that extra bulk in the middle of the pitch. So he supports and fills in when Scott McTominay goes forward. So he'll align with Eriksen and do his defensive work to try and cut out the passing lines, try and add that extra body as well, and be there to mitigate any transitions or any counter-attacks when we're pushing forward. So I think that's a good use of Malacia as well. And I see that happen with Man City a lot of the time with, what's his name? The right back that they've got. What's his name? The England right back. Who's the England right back? Walker. Sorry, I don't even know why his name eluded me. Yeah, he cuts in a lot as well, and he acts as an additional midfielder. But what I would like to see, even though he's really good defensively, what I would like to see more.
Tackle wise, I haven't seen him burst down that left. You know, exactly. Like, because obviously we can't compare them, two different type of players, and he's still got a lot to prove. But like Evra will bomb up there, like see him cross the ball. Like I watched a game here. He's very defensive, but he's very like cautious, 1-2 football. Like he doesn't. And when you watch his clips, he was very good attacking wise. You know what I mean? Like
and that's the thing. It's like, more of that. Is it because he's giving instruction? Because that looks like an instruction thing, but at the same time, it's just like we don't want to hinder his attacking abilities, especially in that game against Leicester. We brought on Casemiro, right? We took our attacking outlets. He brought on Casemiro. At a point, you had Casemiro, Fred, and Scott McTominay, all defensive type of hard runners. In that sense, Malacia should have the freedom to go forward. Delo has freedom, he does it, but Malacia should also have the freedom. I expect to see your fullbacks literally hugging, like wingers, especially when you've got that many defensive midfielders on the pitch at the same time. So for me, yeah, man, I would like to see him a bit more expressive, man. A bit more expressive in his game, man, and hopefully Erik ten Hag takes the ball and chain off him. But another thing I wanted to touch on is Casemiro, man. And the impact of Casemiro. So when Casemiro came on the pitch, look at him there. Look at Casemiro there. He receives the ball from the defense. That's him there. When he's on the ball, look how many people position themselves to be going forward. Bruno bombing down there. Do you know what I mean? Ronaldo on his bike. Who's that as well? Is that Scotty or is that Eriksen? I can't tell. On their bike. Everyone is in a position.
That's Eriksen because Tommy's behind him in the 39.
See, everyone is on their bike getting ready. And Casemiro, what's he doing?
Ronaldo, Rashford, and we've got Bruno on the right.
Exactly. And Casemiro is there. They're all confident that Casemiro, even though he's got Wilfred and Didi there, he's got number 10 here, who's at Madison there. He's confident. They're all confident that they don't need to worry about Casemiro. They've got every faith in Casemiro to make the right pass. He's going to maintain and protect that ball, and then we'll go on the attack. And that's a big difference because when Scott McTominay's got the ball, there's not many times he's making that progressive pass, what we like to see. Every time Casemiro's on the ball, he makes the progressive pass. Because the thing is,
you got to remember, Casemiro was around very ball-playing players in Kroos and Modric, so we didn't see that version of his game because he didn't have to do that. But what we saw is that not only will we pick up the ball, he's actually good with the little one-touches in midfield, one-touch forward passing. He's actually better in the ball than you expected, but he never really had to show that at Real Madrid. So I think we'll see him not only break up play, but advance play. I know we're saying that we need a ball-carrying midfielder. I'm not saying he's that, but he may provide more of that than we realise. Because when you did watch it, he actually picks up the ball. He's not bad dribbling. He's strong on the ball, you know what I mean? Like he's just he's smart defensively because he'll pick up fouls, but he wouldn't pick up cards like that, you know what I mean? So he knows what he's doing. But as I said, I think that there's a balance. So realistically, I think the best two going forward would be Casemiro and Eriksen.
With who in front of him?
Bruno, isn't it? It's going to be Bruno. Like,
Yeah,
but I feel like if you watch Casemiro, he's more effective when he's playing with players that he can trust on the ball. Like, I'm not saying Modric is not. I mean, Eriksen's not Modric, but he's good on the ball, safe enough to trust him on the ball. I think the problem with McTominay and Fred is that they may cause him too much problems by losing the ball, give it away. But yeah, back to the game. Like, I think the 1-0 was a good result. Definitely should have buried the game. We're seeing a defense that's forming to be like quite solid. We're seeing a great partnership in Martinez and Varane. The midfield is looking a bit more secure. And attack, as you said, we just got to work on the attack. But I think that will naturally gel over time. Like, still early. Like, we've got to remember it's 5 games in. You know,
100%.
And you got to remember he only had a pre-season one or 2 games with 2 of our signings, Eriksen, Martinez. I don't even think our new left back was Malacia. I don't think he even had a pre-season like that. So
Malacia wasn't getting used as much. I would have liked to see him.
He wasn't.
Malacia was more.
And then obviously we didn't have Casemiro or Anthony. So we'll see. Like, you know, Ten Hag is very big on building up players' confidence. I mean, fitness. Like, he doesn't want players starting that haven't a fit, and you know that's why we haven't seen Casemiro and maybe Ronaldo, because they never had a full pre-season. So and Anthony will probably feature, but look, he will have to throw them in the deep end sooner or later, because we've got midweek games coming up, and you know, so yeah.
Just another image, just the last image I was going to share. So before, yeah, I'm done with the images again, but here you can see again, like Casemiro, man. Casemiro, he gets the ball. He's only thinking forward passing. Do you know what I mean? He's only thinking. He's getting it from Varane. What he does next is straight to Eriksen. He trusts Eriksen. Straight to Eriksen. Cuts out Barnes, it looks like, and Maddison, whoever that is. Cuts them straight out. Boom. Straight to Eriksen. Forward thinking, forward passing. He knows what he's going to do straight away. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? Do you know what I also like about this picture, though? Sorry to cut you off, is that we've got Varane on the board, and we've got the option of Casemiro. But also look at Martinez. He's ready to snuff out any problem. Like, you remember, like he's not just wandering around. He's actually got his eyes on Vardy.
Of course,
like, he's like, right, if anything happens, I'm on Vardy. You know what I mean? Because anything could happen here. He could dwell on the ball. He could get closed down. So it's quite good. Like his awareness, because look, he's looking at the ball, but he's also made sure he's close enough to Vardy,
so he doesn't lose sight of him. Of course,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You've also got Malacia, who's an open pass there, but obviously, like, Casemiro's identified that he's got someone coming in, and someone can also block out his passing lane. Yeah. So therefore, he makes the right pass, and Eriksen's calling for the balls. Like, yes, I don't know what Scott McTominay's doing, but Eriksen's.
I was about to say, like, when I look at this formation, McTominay should be more in the centre to give him options. Because if McTominay's right here in the centre,
he should be around here.
The pass could be made to him, and he's got all that space there to pass it to the attackers. Exactly. He's standing there, like he's looking around, see what's going on, but he's causing more of an issue because he's too close to Eriksen. Because if Eriksen picks it up, he could play him more centrally there, or continue to run, or he could have used Eriksen as a decoy and played it through the middle. But look, positioning wise, we'll see. But
I think, like, football's not as complicated as sometimes you make it out to be. You need to be able to create a passing line, isn't it? You need to be able to, like, you need to be able to make it as easy as possible for your teammate to be able to find you, right? So Scott McTominay, you know, you've got Eriksen here in a passing line, as you can see. You get there, and then it gives him 2 options now. Now he can either pass to Eriksen or pass to you at his peril, or he could pass sideways to Malacia instead of sort of doing a diagonal, because it could potentially be cut out. But do you know what I mean? You just got to be able to think on your toes sometimes, and I think that's the difference between the class players. You know, people like your Scholes, your Carrots, they'll get in positions where they can actually be free, make it easier for you, drop into positions, demand the ball, and be able to know what's around them and create instantly. Do you know what I mean? And split open defenses. And I feel like with Casemiro there, he's a different type to De Jong. Obviously, we didn't get De Jong progressing the ball like we would have wanted, but we've got Casemiro that makes defense splitting passes. He can take out 2 man, take out 3 man, and that's a different style that we're going with. But it's also one I'm probably more comfortable with, to be fair, because I feel like when you want to have a stabilization in your team, when you want to build up a momentum, build up a run, you need your base to be firm. And now we've got like Martinez, and now we've got Varane staying fit. The Lowe's picked up on their sort of energy, and then you've got Malasha, who's a beast as well. You add Casemiro to that mix, hopefully adds to that solidity as well. And that's a firm foundation to build on. You know what I mean? We only got one really good, decent chance with Sancho slotted away. If we conceded 2 goals, 3 goals, you know what I mean? Our confidence would be down. We wouldn't be able to see out a game like that. So it's very important that we've got this firm foundation. I think we can use that to build off, man, in our games coming up against Arsenal. But just to wrap this video up, Edwin, who's your man of the match?
Man of the match, like the defense done well. Never really put a foot on Varane. Done well. Solid. Martinez done well. It might be Eriksen, you know.
Eriksen had a good game, man.
I just feel like, and because sometimes, and even Bruno, like as much as I have my thing, Bruno done well. Don't get me wrong, he did give it the ball away, but he done little nice things. I saw when he nutmegged that play, he played that ball over where we nearly scored. He played well, but I would make Eriksen because he just made everything tick nicely. Like he done everything right. Passing, he was positioning, even defending, he was doing well. So sometimes I know we like go for the goal scorers or the people that done fancy stuff or done this, and we forget about the people that just do their job. And I think he done his job really well. So I would give it to Eriksen.
Fair point. And like I said, he ran his socks off. Someone like Eriksen, he's one of those guys that he what do you call it? He gets back a lot, and it's something that you probably may not associate with someone like Eriksen. He gets back a lot, he tracks back, he's working hard, he ran the most in the team. He's blocking those passing lines, even though he's not a Malacia type where he'll go and aggressively win the ball. But being an extra body in there is really helping us out defensively as well, even though, you know, our defenders are getting the plundits for all of that. So I would say that I support you on that. But I think, for me, Scott McTominay, especially in the first half. I liked what he's done, man. I feel like he's someone that is needed to be subbed off sooner. But for some reason, Eric Ten Hag is not trusting Donny van der Beek. If you looked at our bench, our midfield options was Fred, Donny van der Beek, and I think and Casemiro. Obviously, he brought on Casemiro. That was a given. But Donny van der Beek didn't get game time, and something's happening why he's not getting game time. So it's a bit
Casemiro,
interesting.
then.
So
on that point, Casemiro, who do you think he's better pairing as? Do you think he's going to be better? Would you rather with him with McTom or with Eriksen then?
Oh, for sure, Eriksen. We need that creativity. Do you know what I mean? I think Casemiro can hold it down one up. But I just feel like right now his fitness, because to be fair, I know people won't say it, but in my opinion, when he came on he was at Southampton, he didn't look too sharp. Yeah, he got stuck in here and there, but he didn't look, and that's expected, right? So obviously, as he gets match fitness, match sharpness, I expect him to be flourishing. And in that Leicester game, we saw a bit more of what Casemiro can do.
The thing is, he's been playing because he did play the Super Cup and he looked sharp in there. So it's just a matter of like,
it's that adjusting to the league, isn't it? It's like adjusting to the league and your new surroundings, your new teammates. Like for me, though, I don't feel like Scott McTominay in that game against Leicester was he's putting a bad leg to, his first half was great. He's getting back, defending, physical there, winning balls, making interceptions. I saw all of these things, especially in the first half. But I just feel like because of our lack of options or maybe trust Erik Ten Hag has in maybe a Fred or Donny van der Beek, he's not making those subs soon enough. He's not making it soon enough, because I was thinking, you know what, Bruno was even looking tired, like exhausted. And when Bruno's tired, it tells you something, because he's a guy that runs like 90 minutes. So these back-to-back games is taking its toll, and I feel like
I think Van der Beek should have come on for a bit earlier.
Oh, I was screaming that he should have come on earlier. Do you know what I mean? And it just makes you think. Everyone thought it was a given that Donny van der Beek's going to be getting game time because he's managed him before and all of that stuff in Ajax, but it's not a given. And you know what I mean? It's looking. Europa League. Yeah, it's gonna be. Van der Beek.
But it's a chance for him. Let him play Europa League, do well. You know, we've got chances for the other players to start in the like. I feel like he should start in the Europa League. You know, we'll see maybe him. We'll see Maguire come back. Maybe Ronaldo will start. But I'm hoping Ronaldo starts against Arsenal. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just. But yeah, man. I feel like overall 1-0. Obviously, room for improvement. But compared to how we started the season, big difference. We lost what? Lost to Brentford 4-0. We lost to Brighton as well. You know what I mean? So, and look, we're in a good position right now. Look, we've not started off well. We're not playing the best, but we're 5th now, and it's still early. And if we can only get better, it might be actually a season where we actually comfortably, I don't want to say it, like, but sit in that top 4. You know what I mean?
Tottenham hasn't hit the ground running. They're still a bit wobbly here and there. Do you know what I mean? They got a tough game against Fulham as well. Look, if we can beat Arsenal, we're sitting in 4th at the minute. Do you know what I mean? So even if we get a draw, it will be a decent result in Arsenal's vein of form and how earlier we are in our journey. Yeah, man, we could even get top 4, man, with this win. So it's an important game. So that's a test to see where we're at in terms of our team and how we play, the defense and everything like that. And also where Arsenal is, because they've gone on their unbeaten run, but arguably they haven't played Liverpool at their finest form. They haven't played anyone. We didn't as well. We didn't really play a firing Liverpool. So, but then again, they went and put 9 goals past Bournemouth. So
next game, so we can't really say that because just that we just came out. I think we overwhelmed them. That's the thing, and that's what we got to do against Arsenal. We just got to come out. Because look, on the back of the 2 games lost, Liverpool probably came like we can win this game. The Man United came out like boom, on fire. And that's been our best performance this season, but we haven't replicated that. I mean, I hope we see that fiery energy closing down against Arsenal, because I think we definitely need to overwhelm them, because they are. Any team could be beaten. Arsenal can be beaten, but we just can't let them get comfortable. Because even their last game when they won, if you watched against Aston Villa, they give chances away.
And I think there'll be a lot more space to exploit. Do you know what I mean? Bruno, Eriksen, etc. Casemiro, with his forward passing, will be able to split defenses. Hopefully, Anthony gets on the pitch as well and show us what he can do. But again, Arsenal's in good vein of form, and they're Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli. You know, these are all guys to watch out for. Odegaard. So it's going to be interesting, man. It could be 1-1. It could even be 2-2, or we could just, you know, it'll be a good, interesting game, man. I'm going to be here for it. We'll be commentating on it.
We'll see exactly where we're at. You know what I mean? It'll be a good test, because obviously we lost to 2 teams we shouldn't. No disrespect to them, we should have won.
Exactly.
We beat Liverpool, a team that we shouldn't have beat. Like, let's be honest, we didn't think we were going to win that. So now we're in a position where we've lost the teams we shouldn't, and we've beat teams that we've lost the teams we should have beat, and we've beat teams we should have lost to, not lose to. Now we're going to play a team that's doing really well. We're actually going to see how good we are.
Facts. So look, watch this space, man. Look, I can't wait to talk about the game against Arsenal. I don't know. I'll see if I can get a visit. You know, we'll see. Then bring back some of the Arsenal boys. Let's see, man. I'll do a bit of digging. But if not, look, I'm happy to just banter them. If we win, it'll be enjoyable. If we lose, it's still enjoyable, because I ain't getting none of their stress. But I get enough on WhatsApp as it is.
That's a fact.
But until then, guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Just share it. Let us know your thoughts, and thanks for tuning in, man. Until next time. Peace.